companions to La ilaha illallah, and he didn't encourage them to pray. He didn't encourage them to make hajj. He didn't encourage them to give zakat. He didn't encourage them to fast. For 13 years, he called them to La ilaha illallah, and he kept it simple. He knew that if those people understood the Tawheed of Allah, then the other issues that they needed to understand were going to take care of themselves. Another example, when he was in Mecca, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and you all know that the non-Muslims, they were persecuting the Muslims, they were killing some of the Muslims. If we were in Mecca, there was a place in Mecca called Dar al-Arqam. It was the secret hiding place where the Muslims used to come to give talks. And when they used to leave, they would leave one by one. Because if we got caught leaving, they would come and kill everyone. That's how difficult it was being a Muslim at that time. Anyway, when the non-Muslims of Quraysh, when they wanted to perform the Hajj, at that time in Mecca, the Muslims didn't have any power, they didn't have any ability. Quraysh would perform Hajj based upon the regulations of their forefathers. The Arabs used to perform Hajj. They respected Safa and Marwa, Muzdalifah, Arafah, the Kaaba. They used to be shirk. They used to make Hajj with shirk. They wanted to perform Hajj, and whenever they performed Hajj, they wouldn't bring their weapons with them, out of respect for the Kaaba. Out of respect, they were pilgrims. So no one would bother them because they were pilgrims. Some of the companions, they saw that these Quraysh didn't have their weapons. So they came to the Nabi. They said, Ya Rasulullah, look, these same people are the ones who've been killing us. They've been persecuting us. They're more powerful than us, more numbers than us. Now they don't have their weapons. Let's go get them. Let's just deal with them. Get revenge. If you put that scenario to some people today, some people will say, yes, 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 let's take care of them. Let's blow them up. Let's blow them up. Someone says, yeah, but their children are with them, their mothers and fathers, people innocent, and it doesn't have anything to do with us. Look what they're doing to us in Iraq and Palestine, look what they're doing to us. That's what the people say today. But when they came to the Nabi and said, let's do this, Ya Rabbi, so let's get them. He said, I haven't been sent for this. I haven't been sent for this. This is not my religion. You know, if we go and we do this to these people, and they're pilgrims, what do you think the other people are going to say about my deen and my da'wah? Do you think the people are going to say, MashaAllah, did you see Muhammad and what his companions did to the pilgrims? What a good job. The non-Muslims are going to say during that time, what kind of religion is that? What kind of religion would allow the people to kill the pilgrims? And if you try to explain to those non-Muslims during that time, yeah, but Abu Lahab and Abu Jahl and Umayr ibn Khalid, they did this to Bilal, they did that. That person, that non-Muslim is going to say, yeah, I understand that. But did they do that to you while you were making Hajj? And what about the innocent people that you killed? And also in this religion of yours, do two wrongs make something right? That's what the sensible non-Muslim of Quraysh would have done. Another example of that, how the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to pay attention to what was going on around him. He just didn't do things anyway. His companions were getting oppressed. He himself was praying at the Kaaba. The non-Muslims, while he was in sajda, they came and they put on his shoulders the defecation of the camel. They put on his shoulders the new steaming wet defecation. The camel used the toilet, went to the bathroom. They were drinking, they were drunk. Someone went and picked it up and put it on the Nabi's back while he was praying, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And at the Kaaba was Abu Bakr and Umar and Uthman and Ali and Abdurrahman ibn Auf, and they all were sitting there watching. None of them moved when that happened. But instead, Fatima, the daughter of the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, she came out, she wiped it off of him, and she said to Abu Lahab and Abu Jahl, do you do this to a man just because he says, my Lord is Allah? And she gave dawah, the little girl. As for Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, Ali, Abdurrahman, they didn't give any dawah. Not with their tongues. Their dawah was remaining quiet and still the way the Prophet taught them and told them. At this time, take it easy. At this time, you're not in a position to come and do anything. If you come to do something to save me, They're going to kill me, they're going to kill you, they're going to kill the rest of you, and they're going to take our women and our children and take our money, and the dowry will not go. Now I know some people, when they hear something like this, some young people, when they hear that they put the defecation on the shoulder of the Nabi and the companion sat there, I know some people, when they hear that, they say, well, if I was there, I would have gotten up and out. Yeah, do you think you love the Nabi more than Abu Bakr? Do you think you love the Nabi more than Ali ibn Abi Talib? When the Nabi was going to make hijrah, the Nabi told Ali, I want you to stay in my bed. Get in my bed. They're going to think that you're me. They're coming up with a plot. All of them, all of these tribes of Quraysh are going to come to kill me. And I want you to stay in my bed, and I'm going to sneak out the other way. Take precautions. When they came in and they pulled it up and it was Ali, they all stopped. Would you put yourself in that position? I don't think most people will put themselves in that position, especially people who can't even make the sacrifice of making 5 prayers on time every day. And the prayers, the sunnahs connected to those 5 prayers, we can't sacrifice enough to make it. Nobody's bothering you. But you think you're going to come when that happened, and you're going to be the one. No, those companions, they were brave, and they loved the Nabi, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but he taught them at that time, this is not the time to try to change the system. This is not the methodology. Lastly, and there are many examples. When the Muslims finally had power, and they had might, and they declared jihad against the kuffar, and they fought the kuffar in certain battles, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam sent his companion Khalid ibn Walid to go deal with some people. All of the Muslims were going, but the Prophet said, Khalid, you take a few men and hurry up and get there. So they went before the Nabi and the rest of the army. When Khalid ibn Walid arrived to the people's village, Khalid ibn Walid just started killing everybody. Women, children, old people. You had a sword, you didn't have a sword, you out in the street, you just started killing everybody. The kuffar, the enemies. He was sent to spread the deen. He's going to make jihad. And he was focused. He just killed everybody who was in the way. When the Prophet came, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he saw the lady was chopped up, the old man was killed, and blood is coming out. He saw this person was over here. The handicapped person over there is dead. The Nabi raised his hands like this, and he said, oh Allah, I'm free from what Khalid did here today. I'm free from what Khalid did here today. Now this is important. He said, oh Allah, and he raised his hands. I am free from what Khalid did here today. Showing the obligation that he didn't free himself from his Muslim brother Khalid ibn Walid, but he freed himself from the action of the Muslim. When the Muslim does shirk, you have to free yourself from that individual, from his shirk. You don't go and turn him over to the kuffar, to the police, and rat him out and lie on him. You free yourself from his action. He kills people, he blows up people, his dawah is crazy, he's doing innovation, he's doing something that's incorrect. You have to, he's your best friend, your mother and your father. You don't have any problem with him, but when the person does something that's not correct, you have to free yourself from that action. The Nabi did that. And then he went on to tell the people, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, لا تمثلوا ولا تقتلوا الشيوخ ولا تقتلوا الولدان ولا تقتلوا النساء. Do not mutilate people, because some of them cut their ears off and mutilate them. He said, don't mutilate the people. Don't kill the children. Don't kill the women. Don't kill the old people. Because in Al-Islam there is a methodology of giving dawah, a methodology of worshiping Allah, a methodology in getting married and getting divorced, a methodology about everything about our existence. Islam is not a religion like the Christians and the Jews. Do whatever you want, say whatever you want, it's okay. So the homosexuals who are Christians, they have a right in their religion to come and say, how do you know Jesus wasn't gay? And they say that, gay is for Jesus. And no one can be against that because they have that right. In their religion, everything is open, everything is fair game. In Al-Islam, that's not the case. You have to have a minhaj. The Prophet said, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, من عمل عملا ليس عليه أمرنا هذا فهو رد. Anyone who does anything that is not from this religion, it will be rejected. No matter who he is, no matter how sincere he is, it will be rejected because it's not from the religion of Islam. So you young brothers and all of you, without any exception, it shows us the importance and the imperative nature of trying to learn as much as we can learn of our deen and learning the deen from the proper people. The haqq, the truth, is not determined by how loud someone can speak. It's not determined by how brave he sounds. It's not determined by that. The truth is determined by, is the thing in support of the Quran and the Sunnah? Did the companions understand it that way? Which brings me to the last point. The companion Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, he said that you people, this ummah, you will always be in a good condition as long as the knowledge that you take comes to you from the Prophet's companions and from the scholars from amongst you. When the knowledge starts to be taken from the young people, the unqualified, then you're going to be destroyed. Then you're going to be destroyed. And the young people here, it can mean young in age, but more important than that, it means the people who don't know what they're talking about. People who their dawah is going to bring them trouble and bring trouble to other people. Now you have to ask, what did you prove and what did you help with your efforts? You got arrested. How did you help the Palestinians? How did you help the Iraqis? How did you help yourself, your own family? And I'm not saying anybody is guilty or not guilty. If this is your dawah, this is what you understand. Jihad, who did you benefit? You didn't benefit anyone. You played into the hands of a shaitan. That's what he wants you to do. He wants you off of the scene, out of the game, so that he can make more confusion, things like that. So there's a particular time and a particular place for everything, and this is something that we have to learn. It comes with experience and it comes with knowledge. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us that experience and to give us that knowledge and to put us on the correct minhaj in following this religion. If you brothers have questions, inshallah ta'ala, you can put your question forward for the next 10 minutes.